Shaitan Rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students, Assalamu alaikum. This is economics for class 11th. I am Abdurrahim from Boys Higher Secondary School, Tarpura. Dear students, from previous lectures we have discussed about the topic Indian agriculture, importance of Indian agricultural system or agricultural land, and problems and measures of Indian agricultural land. Dear students, today we are going to start with my first lecture with a new chapter and new topic, that is foreign trade features, problems and policies. That is our topic. Dear students, foreign trade has an important place in the economy. According to Robertson, foreign trade is an engine of economic growth. Now, you can guess that what the engine plays the part, and anywhere, even in a vehicle, in a bus, in an aeroplane, everywhere, the same importance of this of the country is because with this foreign trade. With foreign trade, a country can make progress. It can increase the per capita income of the population. It can increase the GDP of the country. So the economical position, how it is up to the foreign trade. Foreign trade has an important place because of the following ways. A country can make efficient use of its natural resources. Number one, with this foreign trade, a country can make efficient use of natural resources. When there is trade, then only a country can utilize the resources so that they can get profit with the help of this trade. Number two, it can export its surplus production. What the production it produces in the country by the industries, by machines, by every means, then the surplus production after consuming domestic consumption, what remains there as surplus that can be sent to foreign by exporting. It is because of trade. Number three, it can obtain technical know-how from abroad. What abroad in other countries, other world, how he can compete with them. Number four, much needed foreign capital machines and essential raw materials can be imported to facilitate industrialization. And number fifth is further, through effective regularization of the foreign trade, employment, output, prices and industrialization, economic development of a country can be properly imported from abroad. Next point is necessary assistance and other equipments for economic development can be obtained from other countries by means of foreign trade. It is because of these reasons that Planning Commission of India has laid so much emphasis on the development of foreign trade in the 5-year plans. Now, dear students, by taking in mind, by considering this importance of this trade in mind, foreign trade, there are many features of foreign trade in India after independence. Number one is that is increasing share of gross national income. There is increase in the share of gross national income. These are the features of this foreign trade after independence. Number two, less percentage of world trade. Less percentage of world trade. However, share of India's world trade has been diminishing. In 1950-51, 8% of world total import and 2% of world's total exports. Number three is oceanic trade. What is this oceanic trade? Most of India's foreign trade is through sea routes. India has very little trade relations with her neighboring countries like Nepal, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, etc. Number fourth is dependence on a few ports. India, the ports are therefore always crowded. After independence, more ports have been developed, especially in Kandla, Koyin, Vishakhapatnam, etc. Increase in volume and value of trade. Increase in volume and value of trade. Since independence, the volume and value of independence trade have increased substantially compared to the past. The volume and value of India's exports have increased manifold. Number six is change and composition of exports. There is change in the composition of exports. Composition of exporters. And the same next point is change in the composition of imports. There is change. And number eight is direction of foreign trade. How it gets the direction, it gets the path through which the foreign trade will be beneficial for the country. And point ninth is balance of trade. With this trade, there should be balance of trade. That means import and export should be in such a ratio that there should be balance, neither increase or decrease. And last and 12th is that is foreign trade by the government. Government of India has set up many corporations to handle foreign trade. For example, State Trading Corporation was established in 1956. This corporation did foreign trade with rupees 69 crore in the year 2004-2005. Mineral Metals Trading Corporation was established in 1963 with a new promoting the export of minerals and metals. So, my dear students, this was the first lecture, and I hope that by discussing or by this my lecture, I hope that it will be clear to you, and tomorrow, inshallah, I will come before you with next topic, with next lecture, inshallah.